People. This week, our mad week. People, where some things come out in a parliament, finally table in a parliament and hold up argument to go on left and right. Cliff Hughes, go off Monday on a thing, on the cartel issue, Tringa conference, Sunday. Boof, Tuesday, Parliament table out Andrew thing. Boof, madness go on at Andrew mansion. We hear the neighbors here screaming over him yard. Police get called by the time the police reach there. It become from domestic issue to a bomb threat. You say, a fight, the man and his wife over him yard, a fight, allegedly over there fight and screaming and all kind of shit are going. And people call police and the police go. When the police show up and investigate, the thing come out as a bomb threat. The people them say, don't talk, don't say oh. Because people will know who live close enough and whatever. And who people have idea who did there them yard and possibly could have, leak it to me. So people, mad shit are going. Anyway, me I work on a little video with it. We never got no further upon it. And just go and listen what him did have to say about the week we're going. And some of the things them will jump out upon me in the Integrity Commission report where I see come out. One man, the amount of accounting of the amount of transactions, some of the transaction them, some of the deposit them were going. I saw one place where about 3 deposit going on one day. And then the next day, one next company, alright. Like 2 days in a row. As a matter of fact, 2 SSL company transaction on one day, on the 5th of the 9th, or the 9th of the 5th. Most likely the 5th of the 9th, because the next one, you have a next one I see him like a grid thing where graph and I see him graph where I show say the next day one next transaction open again. So this man I know him alone do this. I know him alone sort out them paperwork sir. And I feel if the day really go deep into this to how Jamaica dirty, you're going to hear some dangerous crimes happen about the place. You're going to hear some people where you wouldn't think involved in something or nothing. Some bad things are going to happen to them because people have got to try to keep them shit clean. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents, people. I'm going to listen for yourself and want to miss out. When I miss out, you can go look for the commission and the report for yourself and read up on it. Out.
Only my 2021 declaration was submitted for investigation. After this most thorough interrogation of my personal affairs, which is not in any way connected to public funds or a benefit resulting from my office, they were unable to conclude regarding illicit enrichment. I also note that no other matter in the report was referred to the authorized authority, that is, the Director of Corruption Prosecution. The summary of the report outlined that my personal financial affairs from 2018 to 2023 was examined.
7. Based on the numerous inconsistencies identified, the DI found it necessary to examine the explanation Mr. Holness provided in relation to the source of funding for the Baratar account number *52, with which the $50 million Baratar loan is associated. Mr. Holness specifically indicated the following. Question 41. What was the source of funds used to maintain this account of Baratar Investment Limited account hash IM 52? Answer. Source of funds for IIHL's Baratar Investment account hash IM 52. 1. Imperium Investments Holdings Limited, IIHL, negotiated a loan of JMD 50M, which was secured by hypothecation over stocks in Derimon Trading Limited, DTL, and real estate at 1 Shenston Drive. This loan was reported in the financial statements of IIHL appended to my 2021 statutory declarations, and was subsequently detailed in several correspondence to the Integrity Commission. See answer to 32.4 above. 2. Baratar stocks, previously held in the name Andrew Holness, was transferred to Imperium Investments Holdings Limited. Baratar Investments account hash IM 52. 3. Proceeds from the sale of DTL stock also provide a source of funding for the account.
Question 2. What was the source of funds listed above, classified as cardless cash deposits?
Answer. Source of funds for JNJMD account hash *85. 1. Reimbursement from Norman Brown, shareholder of Estatabridge Limited in relation to preparatory expenditure undertaken on the Waycliffe development. 2. Income from rental of property at Mona.
Question 3. What was the purpose of the deposits listed above, classified as cardless cash deposits?
Answer. Purpose of the deposits. 1. Rental of property at Mona. 2. Pursuant to Clause 4 of the Land Development Agreement, dated 1 July 2020, provided as Appendix 17 to September 2020 declarations, which states, the developer, Estatabridge Holdings Limited, has agreed to pay to the owner, ADMAT Incorporated, the sum of $6 million, upon signing HROV to be apportioned as follows. A. $4 million, $4 million, representing compensation for expenses undertaken by the owner to prepare preliminary drawings, subdivide the land, preparing design of sewage system, legal fees and other costs for application to the Supreme Court to modify restrictive covenants. B. $2 million, $2 million, representing an advance from the developer to the owner to be refunded upon transfer to the owner the unit as stipulated in Clause 4.2. During 2019 I encashed the total balance accrued in my US dollar repo account, generated from interest payments from bonds, at Stocks and Securities Limited, along with drawing down on my bank balances US dollar and JA dollar, to make an investment of US dollar 94,000.00 in corporate bonds through NCB Capital Market. My source of cash/income are detailed in attachments to my 2019 report entitled Net Worth Analysis/Sources and Use and Cash/Statement of Affair 2019. For completeness, an excerpt is included here from Net Worth Analysis 2018/2019 / Statement of Affair Notes 2. At year-end 2019 bank balances declined by 50% or JA $10,487,585.26. Substantial cash outlay was used to liquidate outstanding balance on construction liabilities of JA $18,030,000.00, and the purchase corporate bonds for US $94,000.00, JA $12,590,360. 2. Consequent on the above, the DI deemed it necessary to examine the 2019 statutory declaration submitted by Mr. Holness, which reflects an investment of US $94,000 with NCBCM. He gave the source of funds for this investment as accumulated bank balances and withdrawals from investments held with SSL in the name ADMAT Incorporated. The DI is in possession of evidence from the duly authorized officer at SSL. which shows that a check withdrawal was made on the 2nd of September, 2019. Of $30,219 and 18 cents from a cash account held with SSL in the name of Matt Incorporated. The transaction information did not reflect the check payee details. The DI further examined bank statements received from the duly authorized officer at BNS. It was observed that a wire transfer was made from Mr. Holness USD account number *20 on the 4th of September, 2019. To NCB Capital Markets Limited of $31,698 and 80 cents. The DI also observed a transaction classified as Forex debit from another of Mr. Holness account, BNS account bearing number *19 of J$1,199,999.46 on the 4th of September, 2019. It is noteworthy that no other transfers to NCBCM were observed from Mr. Holness BNS accounts between the end of August and the 4th of September, 2019, around the time the US $94,000.00 bond was purchased. For based on the foregoing, the DI is only able to attribute $30,219 and 18 cents and $31,698 and 80 cents to the source of funds identified by Mr. Holness in his explanations of the referenced US $94,000. The DI highlights that the $204,756 and 97 cents received by NCBCM between the 4th and 5th of September 2019 would have sufficiently covered the bond placed by Mr. Holness. However, the source of funding identified by the bank did not totally support Mr. Holness' explanation that he previously provided. This raised questions as to whether his personal funds were commingled with the funds of the charity, Positive Jamaica Foundation. Mr. Holness was, therefore, asked to provide further and better particulars as to how he funded the purchase of the referenced bond. In a written submission to the DI dated the 16th of July, 2024, Mr. Holness provided the following explanation for the specific source of funds used to finance the purchase of the NFE South Power 11% 2036 bond of US $94,000. The total amount of $61,892 and 98 cents was to be used to settle the NFE 11% 2036 bond purchase. INO Andrew Holness, $750,768. And US $142,863.99 for the NFE 8.25% 2034 bond purchase. Positive Jamaica Limited, $647,584, and not US $94,000. INO Andrew Holness and US $110,000 for Positive Jamaica Foundation, as was the case. As such, $32,107 and 2 cents, $142,863.99, US $110,000 of the initial deposit should have been allocated to Positive Jamaica Foundation. Instructions regarding the amended allocation of funds were apparently received verbally by NCBCM officers who are no longer with the company. As such, the amounts indicated on the bond purchase agreement dated the 2nd of September, 2019, previously submitted to the Integrity Commission as documents labeled NP/2/2024/AMH in name of Mr. Andrew M. Holness and NP/1/2024/AMH NFE in name of Positive Jamaica Foundation, were used to settle the bonds. To all investments on account 750,768 held in the name of Andrew Holness were subsequently transferred to account 647,156 held in the name of Imperium Investments Holdings Limited on the 29th of December, 2020 in the amount of $108,478 and 82 cents. 3. We have since, with the assistance of the client, Taken action. On account 647,156 held in the name of Imperium Investments Holdings Limited to allocate the funds to the accounts for which the client requested, which includes the following steps. A sale of NFE 6.75% bond from 647,156 Imperium Investments Holdings Limited. The sale order form is attached and marked NP/1/2024/IMP and B transfer of $39,081 which represents $32,107 plus $6,974 from 647,156 to 647,584 in name of Positive Jamaica Foundation. The activity statement is attached and marked NP/2/2024/PJF. We are in the process of calculating additional coupon payments attributable to Positive Jamaica Foundation which accrued on account 750,768 held in the name of Andrew Holness for NFE 11% 2036 during the period the 2nd of September 2019 to the 29th of December 2020.
Having received the 7th of August 2024 statement and having noted what appeared to be inconsistencies with earlier statements made by the duly authorized officer at NCBCM, the DI summoned and examined under oath 4 officers from NCBCM. Up to the date of this report, written statements were provided by 3 of the referenced officers subsequent to being heard. During the course of the hearing, the DI sought to ascertain the policies and procedures around the purchase of bonds, the manner in which client instructions are given and received by NCBCM as well as whether there was an error on the part of NCBCM as indicated by Mr. Holness in his 16th of July 2024 response to the DI. In a statement dated the 22nd of August 2024, one of the officers summoned, among other things, indicated the following. On the 9th of August 2024, I received a summons to witness from Mr. Kevin Stevenson, Director of Investigation at the Integrity Commission, who requested information on accounts held at NCB Capital Markets by Andrew Holness, Imperium Investment Holding Limited and Positive Jamaica Foundation. 1. In respect of the question, the actions you took to provide information concerning accounts held with NCB Capital Markets by Andrew Holness, Imperium Investment Holding Limited and Positive Jamaica Foundation. I state as follows. A. As the account manager of the client's Imperium Investment Holding Limited account, I reached out to the client via our usual communication method, WhatsApp, to verify the source of funds, SOF, for the purchase of 94,000 units of the NFE 11% 2036 bond purchased in September 2019 under account number 750,768 in the name of Andrew Holness. B. Following instructions from, who was trying to locate the SOF. I reached out to Mr. Andrew Holness via WhatsApp call and messages in 2024 to assist with providing the source of funds, SOF, for said bond purchase. I made the 9th and the 17th of May, initial contact attempts were made to Mr. Holness to request the SOF, but he was unable to produce the SOF. 2. Friday, June the 7th, an email reminder was sent to Mr. Holness reference as email dated Friday, the 7th of June, 2024. 3:22 p.m. marked as CW1. 3. Notably, the client has WhatsApp feature. Disappearing messages activated for 7 days. As such, my messages to him would have disappeared and cannot be produced for evidence. Attached, however, is the screenshot of my message folder to him marked CW2, which shows that disappearing messages are turned on and consequently does not actually show messages between us. 4. On Saturday, June the 8th, and Sunday, June the 9th, Mr. Holness contacted me via WhatsApp call, indicating that he was trying to locate the SOF. He mentioned that he would be available on Tuesday, the 11th of June, and an appointment was scheduled. On Tuesday, the 11th of June, at 9 a.m., a telephone meeting was held with Mr. Andrew Holness, my manager, and myself. During this meeting, Mr. Holness clarified the connection between the Andrew Holness account, now Imperium Investment Holding Limited, and the Positive Jamaica Foundation, along with the bond purchases from both accounts. He indicated then that the payments of US $31,673.80 and US $30,219.18, totaling US $61,892.98 were intended for the bond purchase in his personal account, while US $142,863.99 was for Positive Jamaica Limited. However, the bond settlement values as per the bond purchase agreement (BPA) were recorded as US $94,000 for Andrew Holness and US $110,000 for Positive Jamaica Foundation.
On Thursday, the 13th of June, a follow-up email was sent to Mr. Holness summarizing our telephone discussion and outlining the next steps marked as CW3. Additionally, the following documents were provided to the client: Bond Purchase Agreement, Andrew Holness and Positive Jamaica Foundation. Transactional Statements, Andrew Holness. Positive Jamaica Foundation, Imperium Holdings Limited. Dividend Mandate. Copy of the checks, the source of funds for the bond purchases of the NFE bonds thereby marked as CW4. 2. In respect of the question, all payouts made to the bondholder, inclusive of Positive Jamaica Foundation, PJF. I state as follows. A. Based on the dividend mandate, both Andrew Holness plus Positive Jamaica Foundation interest payments were made to Mr. Holness accounts initially, which totaled US $20,280.89 from October the 9th, 2019 the 22nd of September 2020. B. The bond was called and on the 22nd of September 2020, the principal payments and interest of US $208,080 was credited to the Mr. Holness account, $95,880 plus $112,200. Total interest paid was US $228,360.89. See following email correspondence between and Mr. Holness. On the 21st of October 2020, adjustments were made to the account. On the 26th of October 2020, US $121,679.74 was transferred from Mr. Holness to Positive Jamaica Foundation. Said email correspondence is attached and marked as CW5. D. Positive Jamaica Foundation, $647,584, account was credited US $121,679.74. On the 28th of June, 2024, the current NFE bond was sold, now on Imperium, and an amount of US $39,081.99 was transferred to PJF. An additional $4,785.61 is now to be transferred to Positive Jamaica Foundation pending approval from my manager and then the client, Mr. Holness.